So 9/11, we had unburdening of karma. They warned with the Simpsons. It was in the dollar. Leonard Cohen sang about it. Guided by a system in the heavens. The remote control planes. The trams. I did some research. Freemason symbolism, Zion, dark side of the moon. This was really about the Twin Towers collapsing. Disco Inferno. What many people suspect. It's true. I will not go into it. It takes so long. 9/11 2001 in the Matrix, but also this is MM1, it's Roman numerals, and it says 2001. And then there's this incredible explosion in the building that really looks like the real thing. It's all in advance, they've told us. This pill, this is not a love song, it's a song of hate. I mean, what does this leave to the imagination? Then you have this Man in Black movie where they also put it.
And noteworthy. You didn't? Well, this is an immersion. So check this out. I don't see a departure clearance for today. You didn't? Well, this is an emergency. What kind of emergency?
This is what they say to each other all the time. Departure, emergency, emergency. That's what they're saying. And Will Smith is with some alien is tossing him around.
Emergency. What's the rush to get off the planet all of a sudden? Now when he says we just don't like the neighborhood anymore, just some of the... Now watch this blackbird enter the green screen frame to the left of Tommy Lee Jones' head. When they discuss the new arrivals, the blackbird appears between the two actors. When Tommy Lee Jones says, what new arrivals have anything to do with the crash here from last night? As Tommy Lee Jones mentions the crash, a second blackbird appears between the two actors. It should be noted that the two foreground actors are standing against the backdrop of the green screen Trade Center background, with the car and Will Smith being CGI'd between the foreground actors and the green screen. So everything on the green screen is controlled. In other words, they did not have to insert the two blackbirds, but they did. Also note that the blackbirds do not emerge to the right of the actor on the right. Just to recap.
Well, that's crystal clear. The birds flying into the building as a metaphor for the planes, of course, and talking about the crash at that exact moment. This guy has done a very good job finding this out. Then the Illuminati card game was, of course, 9/11, the Twin Towers, the Pentagon. But also there's this card, Miraculous Manifestation, and it says here on the card, a flock of endangered whooping cranes flies into the World Trade Center. Well, yeah, I mean, buy this card game or look it up on the internet and you can see that I'm not lying. This Jesus is not real, but it's a great moral story. Don't lie. It will get us into trouble. I'm not lying. This is on this card. It's incredible. And it says here also New World Order. NWO, New World Order. And the World Trade Center. It's incredible. And when Will Smith was tossed around by this alien, it looks, of course, exactly like these jumpers from the building. Yeah. They knew what was going to happen. I mean, not because they can time travel or look into the future or so, but because they used their brain and they thought like, okay, we're going to blow these planes in and some people will be there, but it will be very hot, and they will jump some. And well, they foretold this because they thought it was going to happen, and it happened. It's just thinking, logic, rational thinking. So first hallmark we can look for with 923 is warnings to unburden karma. Satanic hallmark. These Hasidic rabbis, I told you, they are Satanists. Well, one of them is showing it here. And with 9/11, it happened on 9/11 because it's a reference to Bible Revelation 9/11. For they have a king over them, the angel of the bottomless pit, and that's Satan. So the second hallmark we can look for with 923, if it comes back, is the satanic reference. Now, the biblical aspect, because 9/11 is from the Bible. The Hasidic rabbis, they wrote the Bible. I'm sorry that I have to tell you this truth. I'm sorry for the truth instead of the sugar-coated lies that feel so good. Jesus is going to save you. You don't have to do anything but watch TV and eat snacks. And wow, think about how unlikely that is for a couple of hours. Like I'm telling you, these Hasidic rabbis that control presidents, that made 9/11 come true, I tell you, they wrote the Bible to control us all, that have these stories in it that have to come true. And other people, they believe that Jesus exists and they don't have to do anything, nothing, and they will get eternal life for doing nothing. Does that make sense? In no way it makes sense. You don't deserve eternal life. You will, if Jesus is not real, but suppose he was real, all these people, they say, yeah, I honor Jesus, I pray and so, and they do nothing. They don't do anything, and watch TV and eat and do nothing. They will not go to heaven because they don't deserve it. Just a fact. But it's not real, this heaven and hell. But if it was real, it would be like this. Number 33. They like that a lot too. They used it in the Freemasons. Because it's 3 times 11 probably. Jesus was on earth 33 years. I mean, I give so much logical facts. Isn't it beyond a coincidence, beyond a reasonable doubt, that this 33, the highest degree of Freemasons, comes back with Jesus and the Bible? Are these things not connected? Like the Hasidic rabbis, they made up the Freemasons, and they also wrote the Bible. Doesn't that make some sense? It does probably. The Bible consists of 2 times 33 books. Well, with 9/11, they had this book, 2001, A Space Odyssey. And of course it's very suspicious, this 2001 in the title. Well, what did they do? This book was written in 1968, and in 2001, 9/11 happened. That's 33 years. And in this book, so many things are explained, but not in the movie they made of the book. Probably there something goes wrong there, because the movie that everybody saw is misleading. I thought also, what a shit movie. But the book, it is incredible quality. It's a very well written book, and there are a lot of secrets explained here in the book very clearly. That's amazing. In the book, for example, it states, you were monkeys first, we, the people, and the aliens turned us into humans through a monolith. Some people know about this. But also, it states, we live in a multiverse, and aliens can move from one universe to another through wormholes. I mean, don't believe me. You can say, this guy's disgusting. He's an idiot. Call me anything, I don't care. But if you read this book, you can see that I'm telling the truth again, and I just give you facts, because these 2 things, they are in this book and not in the movie. They're also in the movie, but very unclear. In the book, it's very clear. So they really made this book for 2001. It's 33 years. Here's this monolith in the movie, and here it is on 9/11 on Ground Zero. It's a Hilton hotel. It's exactly the same thing. And in the movie, it's actually a Hilton hotel on the moon. So this cannot be a coincidence. That's impossible. They did this all on purpose. So the 4th hallmark we can look for is the number 33. That's and then the 5th, the alien aspect. That's very strange, of course. But in the book, this main character, he goes through a stargate, a wormhole, through the stargate, and he goes into the stargate. He goes to another dimension. That's all described here. What do we have on Ground Zero, 9/11? We have this stargate. You haven't read the book, but believe me, you can check it yourself. This monument is exactly made how the Stargate in the book 2001 Space Odyssey is described. And in the book it says even that when he goes into the Stargate and he goes very fast, the stars become streaks of light. And that is perfectly symbolized by the water flowing into this pit, this bottomless pit, you could say. Also a metaphor for wormhole. This water, it looks like streaks of light. Like these stars, they become streaks of light. I mean, this is what they all figured out in advance, how they organized everything. It's amazing. And what I don't understand, I mean, I can understand that you never read the book and you don't get it, but why don't people say more like, this thing looks very sinister and dark. Yeah, it's a symbol for the bottomless pit. Yeah, that's why it's dark. But it's not a monument that you would expect. It doesn't honor the people. I mean, it's not even. It has nothing to do with humans. I don't like this monument. I don't understand why they made this. I don't understand why people don't say that to each other more. Because now you know why they made it. But if you don't know that, why don't you say like it looks sinister, dark? Why don't people say these things to each other? I really don't get it, but okay. And the wormholes and the aliens, they're also in the Bible already with Ezekiel. He saw a wheel within a wheel, and for creatures that had the look of man. So Ezekiel says in the Bible that they were not man, but they looked like man, the aliens. So these aliens and wormholes, they come back in many places, even old places. Also in Alice in Wonderland and the Wizard of Oz, we should say the Lizard of Oz. So we have Ezekiel, and Ezekiel talks about a whirlwind, and that's a metaphor for wormhole, because after the whirlwind, he says he saw the sky opening and the aliens coming out. Alice in Wonderland, the rabbit hole, is a metaphor for wormholes. She goes through the rabbit hole to another world. In the Lizard of Oz, well, that's the real name of the Wizard of Oz, there's a tornado. That's also a metaphor for a wormhole. So when I spoke about these aliens and wormholes hidden in some places, well, these are the things I meant. So the fifth hallmark we can look for is an alien aspect. So we can, with 923, we can look for warning in advance to unburden karma, the satanic hallmark, the biblical aspect, number 33, and the alien aspect, because they were also used with 911. So they probably will use them with 923 again. So the warning in advance to unburden karma. Well, there are a lot of warnings. And sorry, but we are all going to end up like these people. Everybody's going to be killed. No one gets out of here alive. Some people will be killed by the nukes, others by starvation. All sorts of killing will occur, but everybody will be killed in the end. Did you hear what the satanic band Green Day said? The innocent can never last. Because if you don't know the world and you don't understand it, they can easily kill you. So get rid of this innocence.
So what is this? What is 23?
Okay, now we get to the hints. 23. It's all about 23. But it's very simple. 2 divided by 3 is 0.666. Well, you can have an infinite number of sixes. And that's what they also like, the infinite. Because these aliens, it's really all about aliens that move through our multiverse. They say that it's infinite. So they go from one universe, they unfortunately came to our universe and they're toying with us. Then they go to another universe. That's why they use this infinite symbol also as a symbol for Satan. And Satan is the aliens. So this 23 is 2 divided by 3, 666. 0.666. He said, is it God? But there is no God. God is the aliens. Deal with it. Why else would they hide in 9/11, for example, a wormhole?
What is 23? Is it God?
And why are you giving all the... If there really was a God, would he make all these movies with these little hints? Would a real God do that? Of course not. And then some Christians, they find a loophole. They say, like, Satan imitates God, and he does this. I mean, really? I mean, that's the truth then? I mean, that sounds so far-fetched. But why would Satan then, in 9/11, give a hint at a wormhole? That aliens came through a wormhole. Why? And this Alice in Wonderland, the Lizard of Oz, because some aliens are lizards. Why are the hints in Alice in Wonderland and Wizard of Oz about aliens moving through a wormhole? Why? And in Ezekiel with the whirlwind. If Satan was real, why would there be hints of aliens and wormholes? So basically you have to choose believing everything or this logical story with the aliens and the wormholes. What do you go for then? Okay, the 23.9 there, if you haven't spotted it.
The final mission to save mankind has failed. The 70-mile-wide asteroid known commonly as Matilda is set to collide with Earth in exactly 3 weeks' time. Sorry, son. This is a story about the future. And the future can be scary.
It's self-printed, self-published, and it's by an author I've never heard of.
Divided by 3, 0.666. 666, number the devil.
This is all going to become reality. I also don't want that, but the innocent will never last. If you don't understand it, they can do this to you. And here's the 23 again there. This is a very remarkable one, of course. Little Shop of Horrors, this one.
The month of September, in an early year of a decade not too long before our own, the human race suddenly encountered a deadly threat to its very...
Could this be that they're going to be using fake aliens? Because these real interdimensionals that move from one universe to another, they stay in the background.
Some alien life force has sent real-life video games to attack us. I know this sounds crazy, but it almost looks like freedom fruit, independence fruit.
And this is a remarkable one. Here you have the 21 and the 23. 23 of September. This is the 21 of August when there was the great eclipse. And between 21 and 23 is 33 days. Like the 33 years that they used for 9/11, 1968, 2001. Here they have the 33 days. And they also... Well, also, I mean, this got a lot of attention, 21 of August. And then this can be really big too, of course, to connect these things. And this is all done on purpose, to give us a very small chance at the truth. They misunderstood that a little bit. They think it's like the 123 represents the 923, but no, it's about the 21 of August, 23 of September. And this is also incredible, because you understand maybe now that the Hasidic rabbis, they control the whole world. All the politicians, all the banks, all the ad agencies that give us advertisements with black people mixed with white people all of a sudden since the last 2 years or so. If you haven't noticed that, I mean, if you're blind, you have an excuse. Setting up all these wars, everything is done through the Hasidic rabbis, and they work for Satan, for the aliens. And here they tell that Satan controls our world, the aliens control our world. It rules my world. It rules my world too, and your world. And now we come to the genius. The truth will set you free. Because if everybody would know about this stuff, it would stop.
Number 23. It rules my world.
If we all knew the truth, then it would set us free. But if I know the truth, and a few of you know the truth, it's too little. There's another hint in another movie. They talk about October 2017 all of a sudden, but don't know what we have to do with that. The warnings for 23 of September are the most, and it's the most logical day.
It's a computer program. As long as it's still being coded, it's contained. It's still loaded from the servers. It can't be stopped.
No, that's too late. That's after Judgment Day.
I picked this out, San Francisco 2017, because we still have this San Andreas fault that has to go, because they give so much attention to it always, that probably they're going to do something with it.
We can kill Skynet before it's full. We'll blow it the hell up.
Yeah. We blow it the hell up.
This music, sometimes it's so good, and then we're all distracted, especially young people, of course. Only watch music all the time. That's a protocol of Zion. Distract the people with sports and entertainment. I can understand why they fall for it, because the quality is so high. But she has here on a cap, it says Fred, and here it says New York. So there's a Fred for New York. They have the 22 here, the second day of Hanukkah this year, of the Jewish New Year. And this could be an alien, or it is an alien. And it says here on the cap, faded. I mean, come on, nobody can deny this stuff. I mean, this is all done on purpose. It's no coincidence, of course not. New York, Fred. Okay, the 22 this time, not the 23. Then faded, the alien. Come on. And it says, rescue me. So, it means the people probably in New York are in real danger. I mean, New York's gonna go. I mean, that's 100% guaranteed. But we all gonna be killed. Everybody. I mean, if you live in New York, it will be overflown with water probably, and there will be a meteor shower first, and then you die in New York. And other people that are on other places on the world will see it on television. But then, after that, something else will happen in their country. Like famine, for example, that's described in the end time from the Bible. So we're all gonna die. It's guaranteed. You're gonna be shot through the head in a camp. You're gonna die of famine. Nobody gets out here alive. That was on this Jim Morrison. There was a title of a Jim Morrison book that came out after he died with a lizard on it. Do you understand that? A lizard, an alien lizard. They made this book after they murdered Jim Morrison and said, nobody gets out here alive. And that's a fact. Everybody's going to be killed. But you have one chance to stop it. And how can you stop it if everybody knows the truth? It is one way to stop it.
Yeah. You blow it the hell up.
Or action. It's two things. Action, or everybody knows the truth. Why are we not all like this guy? Why are we not all men, or most men of the white race? Why are we not like this guy? I don't understand it. No, you don't suspect a thing. You don't want to take action. So, okay, warnings. There's so many warnings. So many. So, the similarities between 9/11, 93, the warnings on burning karma, yeah, it's real. It's 100% real. Satanic hallmark. Well, it's also the same thing, of course. We have here, with 9/11, it was from the Bible Revelation 9/11, for they have a master, a king over them, angel of the bottomless pit, Satan. With 9:23, there's also satanic reference, you just saw it all the time. 2 divided by 3 is 0.666. Well, you saw this woman in this video. The number rules my world, she said. Well, Satan rules our world. So the satanic hallmark is also there. Similarities, 9/11, 9:23. Biblical aspect. Well, with 9/11, it was Bible Revelation 9/11. Now it's this star constellation from the Bible. This happens, well, of course these planets move very slowly, but like the most, when it's at its peak point or so, you could say it's on the 23rd of September this year. Then this all occurs. Well, that's clearly a biblical aspect, of course. And the number 33, well, with 9/11, it was this Space Odyssey book from 1968 to 2001, was 33 years between those. With 9/23, it's 33 days. Because on the 21st of August was the Great American, this was so suspicious, eclipse. 9/23 is 33 days on. So 21st of August, 21st of September, it's 33 days. People, I mean, come on. There's a lot going on. And this, talk about sinister, this 9/11 monument. But this is also sinister. The Great American Eclipse. I mean, why would they call it the Great American Eclipse when it's a natural, well, it's not a natural, but it takes long to explain. But basically everybody thinks it's a natural phenomenon. Natural phenomenon. Why call it the Great American Eclipse? That's, my instincts tell me there's something wrong with this name. So, that's the 33, but there's more. The shadow over America, also not a good sign, began in the 33rd state, Oregon. Well, they like these number games, but also word games. I've said it so many times, they are crazy about word games, metaphors and symbolism. Oregon sounds like, oh you're gone, oh you're gone, oh you're gone, Oregon, oh you're gone. It sounds a lot the same. And you might think, oh, that's crazy, that's stupid. But they like these word games. So, oh you're gone could mean that the rapture that everybody's talking about, yes, I agree, that the rapture will occur on the 23rd. That's possible. That doesn't mean God is real. It only means the aliens will use their wormhole technology to take people from Earth and pretend it's a real rapture. Because they want to make the stories that they wrote come true. And in the Bible is one of the stories, Revelation. The only theory that explains everything that is happening on Earth that has happened in the past is that we are an alien ant farm. We are entertainment for aliens. This is the only theory that can explain everything. And this is the monument of 9/11. You can see how big it is. And these are the symbolic stars. When he moves very fast, the stars become, well, these lines of light. And this is the monolith on ground zero. I mean, it's all incredible stuff. That they really made these things is incredible. And every skeptic or rational person should really consider these two things. I mean, it's amazing. It's unbelievable, but it's real. So that the eclipse was such an American event, Could very well mean that whatever they have planned on 9/23 has to do with America, of course. Because in theory it could also happen in Europe or China, but probably it will happen in America. And then we come to this Hoover alien aspect. With 1923, they made two sorts of alien references. One in the movie similar to 2001: A Space Odyssey, with the wormhole and the aliens, and it's Jupiter ascending. And this Jupiter says it all, of course. It's part of this biblical star constellation of 9/23. Here's the Earth. And the Earth is under attack by aliens. And this is all 100% from the Bible. It's 100% our situation. We are under attack at this moment. This is reality. Whether it's aliens or it's psychopaths that have plans and want to kill us, it doesn't matter. If you cannot accept these aliens that are probably real, well, then it's psychopaths that have no feeling for us but only feel good when they kill people. Whichever is the case is not so very relevant, because there are plans to kill us. And there's a biblical aspect to this movie also, where they say that they talk about harvesting the planet. And that's also in Revelation. That's the whole essence of Revelation, that we are being harvested. They say it here too. They're gonna harvest the planet. They're gonna kill us all. And in this movie they show it's aliens, of course, with the actors that are aliens, but also how they come here.
We've been told that the birthplace of the human race is Earth, but it's not.
Do you know what this will do to people when they find out the truth?
I don't think that most people would want to know the truth.
I do.
Most people don't want to know the truth, that's true. But a small group that takes action and that knows the truth is enough to stop the mass murder of the humans. This is a movie. In reality, a woman cannot stop this, of course. But there's a hidden message here. Most people will not have seen it probably. When she says the truth, well, the truth is everything, this happens.
What this will do to people when they find out the truth?
In our universe, a fire suddenly erupts in space. And the spaceship comes out. And people who did not pay attention, they think it's a normal spaceship like you see in all the science fiction movies like this, and here are the thrusters, and it moves that way. But in reality, or not in reality, in this movie, it came out of nowhere, out of a wormhole that opened in our dimension. And this is the device to open space-time. It goes that way. That's what they show here again, the wormhole, just like in 2001: A Space Odyssey. Well, now it floats here also again like in 2001: A Space Odyssey, and it's eyeing Earth. Like we're gonna kill all the people on Earth, take over Earth. That's the message here. And at the moment this happens, she says the truth. And we all know by now that these things are not coincidence. They are done on purpose to give us a small chance at the truth, probably. They confirm on the movie poster where they have wiggled this G and U a little bit, that yeah, it is correct. This is confirmation. When the wormhole opens, then space-time wobbles a little bit, and they've shown it here. That's what they sometimes do when they show a very big secret. They confirm it. And they have shown this wormhole with 9/23 in this case, in another movie. I showed this before, but I don't know if you noticed.
It could be scary. Self-printed, self-published.
Open the door. There's this actor sitting there and they shout, open the door. 9/23. And he's looking at this book, and apparently it's very important. Here you see the connection between two dimensions. One dimension, one world, and another dimension. The wormhole. Again, it's shown. So they show here 9:23, it has to do with aliens. Again. And this is all, like, if this was everywhere, and everybody was talking about, yeah, the aliens, they come to wormholes, and everybody knew about it. Yeah, it could be fake. But they put it very hidden at some places. So it's almost impossible to find. And that's why I think it's real. It's there, they put it there to give us a chance to see, can the ants figure it out? It's their game. I believe that. Why else would it be there? So, will something happen? I mean, many people have lost credibility, of course, with future predictions that never came true. But the 9/23/2017 is extremely special, of course, because of this biblical star constellation. Well, a couple of things could happen. False terrorist attack at Hoover Dam. This will happen anyway. It is planned. This is planned, like 9/11. This is a follow-up of 9/11. White supremacists will be blamed. Many white races are all of a sudden homegrown terrorist suspects, and they will put in camps where they are killed. That's planned. It could be an extremely big earthquake all over America. Probably this will also happen, but we don't. Maybe now, maybe at another time. Terrorist nukes going off in Paris, London, New York, etc. All of a sudden could happen. Probably will happen also. The fake rapture, where the aliens will use this wormhole technology to just pick people from the earth everywhere. And then stupid believers will think it's real. This is like special effects of a movie. Fake alien invasion is also planned. Look in the Illuminati card game, where the Illuminati card game is 9/11 predicted, the Aurora shooting, and many other things. And they all happened. Everything in the card game happened. So this will also happen. But will it happen now? I don't know. Maybe. Nuclear war with North Korea, that's the most likely, of course, because they're building up these tensions. And in the Bible it says something along the lines of everything changes in a moment. Well, when nuclear bombs go off, that's in a moment. So that could be a hint at a rapture, but it could also be a hint at nuclear bombs. And you know that they give us hints. And this is a very big hint, of course, 9/23. But this is not photoshopped or so. It's a picture from a movie. It's all real. So they control all the presidents all over the world. They control this psychopath also, of course. And they set up this picture. This movie, it was a small movie, small video. They set it up, of course. So probably it will be nuclear war with North Korea. Very bad. Like the nukes will be going off in many parts of the USA, for example. Probably, maybe, could happen. I don't know. It should never have come to this, of course. Like this Truman, he was also Freemason, like Trump. Trump is a Satanist. It's all the same. And they have so much power. It should never have come to this, of course. But it will not be the end of the world, because in Revelation they've planned all these so many things, like World War III, famine, Ebola, the Antichrist is coming, we get the mark of the beast. All these things are coming, so it's not the end of the world. I also don't think New York will be overflown. That will happen in the future, but I don't think now, because they've planned riots at Trump Tower. So this will happen first, I think. So it's all about these Hasidic rabbis, these false Jews, and there's an alien aspect to them. Believe it or not, that's true. But is this alien aspect real? I mean, they in hidden places they have shown that there is an alien aspect to them. Is that real? Yeah, probably. Why is it so hidden? You don't know where it's hidden. I do. But 99.99% of the people don't know where they thought that there's an alien aspect to them. So it's probably real. And then it's all about the Zionist Jews that have to make all these make it happen with them. All these things from the Bible and other plans they have. And 23 of September 2017 is the first day after Rosh Hashanah. Jewish New Year is from 20 to 22 of September, so it's the first regular day of Jewish year 5778. And I mean, we should feel humble as a white race. The Jews are already at 5778 and we are only at 2017. And they control all the presidents. I mean, why are you not humble and afraid and take action? Because they are in control. It's also the Feast of Trumpets. That's a Bible reference, and it's also a reference to Trump, of course. Jupiter ascending, Jupiter ascending. The New World Order, the Jew World Order. It's all about the Jews. But that doesn't mean every Jew is involved or knows about it. That's not true. So this is not anti-Semitic. Although the white race should stop being a sneaky, suicide, liberal, half-woman bitch and be worried about its own survival instead of anti-Semitism. Why is the white race always concerned about racism, anti-Semitism? Well, we are on the hit list of being killed. We are number one. We have to be killed first. And then we were, oh, don't be an anti-Semite. Don't be a racist. But there are plans to kill us all. How retarded can you be? I want to end with some biblical wisdom. This can only stop as the Bible describes. You have to take action. It says so in the Bible. Take action. Then only a small group is enough. A small group of men in the United States of America. The best people on earth. They can stop this. Or the truth will set you free, also from the Bible, of course, and then everybody knows the truth, and this can also stop. It's almost impossible. But the way we are modeling on now, with videos like this too, I admit that this will not stop their plans. Meaning we will all be dead within a few years. And how you're going to get killed depends on what part of their scripted plans you end up. You will be nuked, or you will die of famine, it's also planned, or New York will be overflown and you will die that way. I mean, it's all sorts of plans they have to kill the ants, to kill us. So, in an ideal world, part of the Americans should have made it now from the getting informed phase, but I'm supporting that, the getting informed phase. It should have gone already to the take action phase. But it's not working out for us.